Students, here we are going to discuss the behavior of conductors in electric field. Now, basically, we know about the conductors. Conductors which allows the physical movement of charge through them if an external electric field is applied on it. So, if we are applying an external electric field, there is a free movement. There is a physical movement of charges because of the external field applied. But in case of insulators, there is no physical movement of the charge. That is the difference between conductors and insulators. In conductors, we are having free charges as a positive as well as a negative charges. But in insulators, we are not having any charges. They are closely bound with their nucleus. There is a very closely boundation, or we can say energy required to release them is much higher as compared to conductors. In conductors, we are having free positive charge and negative, and negative charges are both. But some positive charges which are in the nucleus and inside the orbit, the electrons are there, innermost electrons, they are closely bound with the nuclei. Outside the orbits, the electrons are free and they are available for conduction in metallic conductors. For an example, silver, copper, aluminium, iron, they are the conductors. And if we talk about the insulators, glass, ebonite, wood, these are the main examples of the insulators. Now here we are going to discuss the behavior of conductors in an electric field. So first point is this: net electrostatic field is zero in the interior of a conductor. Now if we go through this example, suppose if we are applying an external field E, that we can say E is the external field which is applied, and because of what happens, if we go through it, इनको हम देखें तो यहाँ पे जो negative charges है, they are coming towards this point, and all the positive charges are getting there. Now these, they are creating electric field inside this, that we can call is an individual electric field of this conductor. We have placed a conductor inside an electric field, the direction of external electric field in this direction, and because of this positive charge is here, because of this all the electrons are, or the negative charges which are coming towards this hand, and they are coming up to this, that the electric field inside this, that we can call it as an individual electric field of this conductor and this external field, both are in opposite direction. This is the E external, and this is the E individual of this conductor. So there is a continuous movement of the negative charge toward this and up to this, that these both become equal in magnitude, and when both become equal in magnitude, both are having opposite direction, दोनों की direction opposite है. So what is happening? Equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, the internal electric field is going to be zero. Inside this, the electric field inside the conductor, that we can say is going to be equal to zero. So net electrostatic field is zero in the interior of a conductor. It is because of this reason only. Is it clear? What we are getting here, the negative charge which are coming to this side, and electric and positive charge are coming to this side. So there will be an electric field because of this charge will be in the opposite direction to this external electric field, and it will become equal to this up to all the charge movement, all the charges which are negative will be coming to this side, and positive charge are going to this side. So finally we are getting the inside the individual electric field because of this movement, because of the conductor that we can say inside it is going to be opposite and equal in magnitude to the external electric field. Ultimate result is that inside this conductor electric field is going to be equal to 0. So this is the reason which we are getting it here. Now we will go with the second point, and that point is just outside the surface of a charged conductor electric field is normal to the surface. Just outside the surface of a charged conductor. If charged conductor electric field is always 90 degree. Is 90 degree. If we are assuming this is a charged surface and electric field is normal to it, then normal to the surface. No, if it is normal, it is not normal to the surface, and suppose we are assuming it is making some angle with this. So there will be this, we can assume this. Instead of this, we can assume this. And if we are assuming this, इसको हम assume करके चल रहे हैं, तो what is happening? There will be a component E cos theta and there will be another component E sin theta will be perpendicular to it. This. Now if it is happening, then there will be flow of charge, because if electric field is there will be charge and it will cause a surface current. It will cause a surface current. There will be the charge and this will cause a current, that is the surface current, and in a static condition it is not possible. In a static condition it is not possible. That's why we can say there will be always electric field will be normal to this surface, not this. So we can say the electric field will be always normal to the surface. If it is normal, it is. If it is not normal to the surface, normal नहीं है surface के, electric field normal नहीं है surface के, then there will be charge, and this charge will cause a current to flow through it. That will be called as a surface current. And if surface current cannot exist under a static condition, so we can say that there will be electric field always normal. Electric field always normal होगी charged surface की. Okay. Now, if we go through the next point, the net charge in the interior of a conductor. In the interior of a conductor is 0 and any excess charge resides at its surface. Now we are assuming a conductor like this. Now if electric field is there, means charge is there. We are assuming this charge over here is like this. Okay. Now if charge is there, then definitely electric field will be like this. Normal to this we can have. It is like this. Here it is electric field. Here it is electric field. Okay. Now we will be assuming Gaussian surface inside it. This will be a Gaussian surface which we are assuming. यहाँ पर हम एक Gaussian surface को assume कर रहे हैं. अब Gaussian surface से, this is the Gaussian surface. We can call it as a Gaussian surface. Now the net charge in the interior of a conductor is 0. Okay. Now if we go through this, what we are having here, E dot ds. If we go through this, I am taking this point over here. E dot ds will give you the phi E, the flux. Okay. Now if we see here inside this, the phi E is 0. Phi E is 0 because in a closed surface. Now if phi is equal to 0, and according to Gaussian theorem we know that phi is equals to q upon epsilon naught. Now phi is 0 means q is also going to be 0. Phi is 0, phi which is equals to E dot ds, and at this surface phi in a closed surface E dot ds which is going to be 0. So if phi E is 0, and we know that according to Gaussian theorem q upon epsilon naught phi is 0, then definitely q is going to be 0. Okay, so the net charge in the interior of a conductor is 0. Inside this the net charge is 0, and at its surface it will reside only at its surface, not inside the surface. Gaussian surface which is very close to this. Okay, so we can have this assumption phi which is equals to E dot ds, integral E dot ds which is equal to 0. There is no flux, and if there is no flux, so according to Gaussian theorem phi is equals to q upon epsilon naught, and q is going to be 0 because phi is going to be 0. Okay, this is that we can have here. It is. Now we will be having another next point, that is potential must be constant within and the surface of a conductor. Now we know that electric field is equals to minus dV upon dr. We are talking about now this potential must be constant within and on the surface of a conductor. Now if we are assuming potential must be constant, electric field is going to be 0. Must be constant within and on the surface of a conductor. So if we are assuming a conductor in and outside it, what we are having, there will be a potential gradient, and that potential gradient is equal to electric field. Now if we are having electric field, if V is constant, then electric field is going to be 0. So potential must be constant within and on the surface of a conductor. So inside, if we go through it, there is no charge inside the conductor, and if charge inside the conductor is 0, then electric field is going to be 0. And if electric field is going to be 0, it is going to be indicate that the electric potential is constant throughout the surface. Okay, so potential must be constant within and on the surface of a conductor. That we can explain through it. If E is equals to minus dV by dr, electric field is going to be equal to 0. Okay, now see here, E is equals to minus dV upon dr, which we have got, and electric field is going to be 0. Electric field is 0, that's why dV upon dr, which is representing us as 0, means the electric potential is constant. Electric potential is constant means throughout the surface the electric potential is going to be the same with respect to distance. Potential gradient is going to be same. Means we can say the potential at the conductor, at the surface of the conductor, is constant. This is the point which the fourth is there. The potential must be constant within and the surface and on the surface of the conductor. Now we will move to the next point, that is electric field at the surface of a charged conductor is proportional to the surface charge density. Now suppose if we are assuming this surface, here we are taking a surface like this. Means this is a very small surface, it is having some height like this, and we are assuming this surface here which is outside and inside this. Now electric field is, we are taking it normal to this, and this is your ds. Okay. So E at the surface of a charged conductor is proportional to the surface charge density. Now if we go with this, we are assuming here sigma, which is the surface charge density over this. Okay. Now we know that Q upon ds will give the sigma charge over the area, surface area will give the surface charge density. Now we also know that phi E, which is equals to E dot ds. If you are taking it like this, E dot ds. Okay. We also know that this phi E is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. Okay. Now if we go through this, what we are getting, Q, which is equal to sigma ds. We can substitute here E dot ds, EDS, which is equals to sigma ds upon epsilon naught. I have taken Q upon ds, that is sigma. So Q is equal to sigma ds in terms of charge density. Now we know that the flux phi E will be given by EDS, which is normal to this surface. E is normal to this surface. Okay. Now here we know the phi E is equal to EDS, and we know that phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. So I have substituted this Q instead of Q. What I have written, sigma ds epsilon naught. So here what we are getting here, E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. This is the relationship which we are getting here for this case. Now you can see 1 upon epsilon naught is constant, means the surface charge density and electric field is having a relationship, and that we can say here E is directly proportional to sigma, means the electric field at the surface of the charged conductor is proportional to the surface charge density. Okay, so this way we can conclude with this, that electric field which we are getting at this surface, it is like surface at, we have assumed a very small height of this. Okay, so what we are getting here, it is sigma upon epsilon naught. हमको यहाँ क्या मिल रहा है, surface charge density और electric field में relationship, and that relationship is proportional. Electric field is directly proportional to sigma, surface charge density. Okay. Now next point, that is electric field is zero in the cavity of a hollow charged conductor. Now we'll go with that. Now if we are assuming a conductor like this, hollow conductor. Okay, now hollow conductor is there. We are having this electric field, means charge is here, 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 here. Electric field is like this. Electric field is like this. Normal to the surface. Okay. Now I am assuming over here a Gaussian surface. This is a Gaussian surface. Now here electric field is zero in the cavity of a hollow charge conductor. Here we are getting this a hollow conductor which is having charge over this surface only. Under the cavity the charge is zero inside it. Now we are assuming a Gaussian surface over here. This is the Gaussian surface which we are taking near to inside surface. Now if inside, according to Gaussian theorem, inside the closed surface Q is 0, electric field is going to be 0. Now Q is 0, then electric field is going to be 0, and if electric field is 0 at the charged conductor inside the cavity near to the Gaussian surface, Now electric field is zero. Simply it indicates that dV upon dr, which is going to be equal to zero. Thus electric field is going to be zero. Now what we are getting? It means that the electric potential throughout the surface is going to be the constant for a hollow charged conductor. Simply we can understood it like this. It is a hollow conductor where inside which there is no charge. If there is no charge, means electric field is going to be zero. Okay, in a closed surface. According to Gaussian theorem, we know that. And if E is zero, so it indicates that dV upon dr is also going to be zero, and dV upon dr is going to be zero. What does it mean? That electric field is going to be constant. Electric potential is going to be constant. Electric potential is going to be constant throughout the surface. Means here you are having the charge over the surface only. Inside it is zero. So here we have gone through all these points which indicates us the behavior of the conductors in electric field. How the conductor behaves in an electric field. Okay. So we are concluding here our lecture with this.